Hello everyone, Mr. King here. Welcome to another episode of my Cosmoteer-Domination series. Today we've got three players with us. I'm not going to pronounce their names right now, didn't prepare ahead of time, and that's just how it's going to be today. Let's see, it sees Koleski from the left side, and Reikina is on the right. I'm pretty sure I'm butchering that, but okay, looks like Koleski's taking Alpha here. That's okay for us. We're just going to let everybody play it out for a minute here. Just see how people develop their stuff, what they do. This looks like it could be a slow target, maybe a spinner. So something I might want to attack. I think I'm going to poke at that real quick, see what it is. He's spawning in another ship that looks a lot faster. That should not be a problem. Okay, yep, it is a rail spinner. Let's poke at that real quick, and it is gone. Asteroid there, in the way. Okay, let's ram at that so that... Oh, looks like we're having a lag spike from... yeah, the fourth player, third player. Okay, that is a problem. We did do a lot of damage to him, actually. Let's pull back. And turn that off, otherwise we are going to melt. We are going to melt profusely. Yeah, we're having a hard time here, getting overwhelmed. Let's take our leave. Speedy Gonzalez our way out of here. Best case scenario is if he chases us, but he knows better. Gonna be purchasing another ship here. Gonna reverse that one in. And then he's not going home yet. Either he's jumping or he's just sitting there, and hopefully he's just sitting there because now he'll pay for it. That is gone. As you can see here, the shields are being overwhelmed. All these capacitors are full, cut off, and now it's gone. Let's make a repair to this. Turn this back on. Okay. Let's start taking a look at what everyone else is doing here. Rikaya is taking Alpha here. Looks like he's going to try to attack one of my zones with a cheap cane ship. Okay. That is probably from the workshop. Let's in the back and repair the armor bits. And we're going to park right in front of this rock, and we're going to have a better view of the map. Yep. Going to be able to see things coming before they see us. These rail spinners aren't too bad, but the armor is very thin. Definitely going to die pretty quick, fortunately. Okay, let's decide the next ship we're going to buy. I don't want a kite in this game. I only use kites if the enemy is using kites. Or if that's the only counter I have, so let's see here. Let's just buy a 600k. Save for it. We are, however, going to attack Alpha before then. Just a poke and run, like before. Try to get rid of these spinners. Just have to be careful not to be hit by the side. So I'm going to get that a little closer. Let's hold Alpha for a few minutes here. Well, it is reasonable for us to do so. Okay, threats on the field. We got a 5-can ship. Low threat. Yep, no threat. Definitely have seen worse ships, but that is a big weakness. And the back armor is thin with reactors exposed. And could definitely do damage to these ships, but also at the same time, having two of them, he only has two, so it's not the biggest threat. And this thing is going to turn, so not going to have a problem there. You know, I said I don't use kites, but I meant ion kites. That was the thing I was thinking of. These are 100% kites. They're really the best way to use laser walls in the modern age. Should we have him up here a little bit? Something happening up over there. Nobody's attacking me, so that's good. That is what I like to see. I like the kites because you're able to kind of hit and run, get out of situations kind of like before. Oops. He's not going to get out of that one. Yep. With the Lancer and melting stuff, makes it a lot weaker. Just knife the better enough for the lasers, so. Okay, he still has his 2 deck can ships. Only thing is they're susceptible to rear attacks. If I were him, I'd probably try to get a little bit of the radiators on the side here, and then also something's coming up here. Get the radiators like a little bit on the side here, but then kind of weave these engines in with some radiators, or have the radiators come up to the back and then pop out. Obviously, your internals of your ships are a little more important than the radiators. I mean, it's definitely you definitely want to make sure you keep some alive, but if he get a squid back here and he doesn't notice for at least a second, it's gone. So that's definitely yes. Okay, he's coming in here. Let's make sure he runs into my entire fleet at once. Definitely hit that from longer range. Just pop right down the middle. And then we'll come over here with this one. Okay, we got another enemy coming in from our side. Let's just back off that. Yeah, we're probably gonna have to get a kite out. That's doing fine. Gonna get a little closer. Okay, now we're going to come in from behind. He does see me. Oh, he thinks he can. No, maybe he didn't see me. Yeah, that's not unfortunate. And he does end up losing that ship. That is sad. That is why you have to be careful with what you throw out, because really anything could happen. Back a little bit. We're actually going to buy. Whoops, that was unfortunate, but I can use that for something else. We're just going to buy several of these, and so we can see more of the map. That is exactly what I want. That is exactly what I want. Let's take this drill and see what he does about it. Have these to back up. See what he sends. Okay, he's got a rail spinner. I can take it with this, but there's no reason to let him shoot it when I have shielded laser kites, so. Does not see the rock when you give the order. Don't need that one. Let's just poke it. And let's take... Actually, we're going to have this take Ristrolid and that take Papa. No reason to unnecessarily risk the kites. If we can keep them all, that is for the best. And they're not going to die from one of these, so... That's this one. This is one of those situations where he should have just let the zone get taken and came back with the ships. And we have a light spike here. And he did end up disconnecting. That is unfortunate. That could have been a purposeful quit, but it's not necessarily what happened. Okay, and now we're almost at the end of the game. We're just gonna rush everything, and we're gonna destroy as much as we can right away. We can lose all our ships, and as long as we have one extra zone, we're good. So let's just get into the fight. You know, got 1 minute. Yeah, there we go. Let's blow that up, and it does end up getting away with it, but no, actually, didn't really do anything. Oh, he's gonna run. That's unfortunate. Oh, yeah. Nope. Don't die. Don't die. Oh, yeah. Lots of damage. this is where the danger comes in. Like, okay, actually, now it is, he only has 2 capacitors, so I'm overwhelming his heat system, and that is unfortunate for him. That does hit a rock. You see that one? Yep. Capacitors are very cheap and very important. He will survive that quite easily with a good capacitor, so that's it. The game is coming to a close. Going to take some extra zones. Fortunately, this ship does end up dying. Let's just kind of poke them there. The game's almost over anyway. Okay, and that is GG's. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Take care.